Hey girl, hey, welcome back to my channel. It's your girl Misha. Thank you guys for joining me yet again for another review. We are back with a brand new review for Tyler Perry's Sistas, Season 6, Episode 7. If you are new here, then welcome. I give lighthearted reviews with a little bit of laughter and a little bit of shade and a whole lot of detail. If you're back for a second or third time, then welcome back. Y'all, please don't hesitate to like, comment, and subscribe to the channel. Share with a friend. Hit that notification bell so that you will be updated each and every time I upload a video. Now, child, let's get into it if we gonna get into it. Previously on Tyler Perry's Sistas. We all know that Danny is running from Preston. Girl, let that man love you. Maurice, you are getting on my nerves. Okay? Sabrina is fighting for her damn life, and it's all because of you. Okay? So act like you got some damn sense and get out of Calvin's lap. And we see Karen, and she's kissing Zach on the cheek, and Fatima walks up, and it's on. My girls hold me down, them boys mess around and sing. So, child, when the episode first opens up, Fatima walks up, because y'all know she just got out the car and act like they ain't here. And so Karen had the nerve to jump fly with Fatima. Because Fatima was like, can you give us a second? She's like, this is my salon. Ma'am, you were leasing this space, honey, and it's up in flames. Okay, there is no salon. Karen's hair mastery is no more. And you don't own this damn sidewalk and you don't own this damn curb. So please, to the left, so she can talk to her man. Girl, got your nerve to be trying to jump fly. And Zach, you're going to have the audacity to try to kiss Fatima on her cheek, knowing that you just got your cheek kissed. Honey, didn't you get enough kisses? I'm like, baby, this right here is a fool. So Fatima is bringing him the papers for his son, and she wants him to look over it, which I wouldn't have brought him a damn thing. Not nothing. I don't know why Fatima letting Zach play with her while she bringing him papers like some process server. Honey, I wouldn't bring him nothing. Okay? Fatima, let me tell you something. Because this starting to get on my nerves. Tyler, you're starting to get on my central nervous system. I'm speaking directly to you. Stop writing Fatima to be everybody's little sidekick and everybody's little errand girl and everybody's little do girl and everybody's little assistant. Okay? Andy talk crazy. She can't even cry good. She got to go straight into a meeting. Zach is losing his damn mind and she got to run around town giving him papers. Please. It's getting on my nerves. So Pam is over on the other side and she's letting Karen know, girl, you know me and Aaron saw you kiss Zach on his cheek. We saw that little peck. Honey, she don't care. She happy that Aaron saw it. Here he come talking about, I'm about to leave. You obviously have what you need. I'm glad you see it. She told you not to come down here in the first place. I don't know why you keep running up behind Karen and that wig of hers. Leave her alone. So then he runs up on Zach telling him, you know, I feel like you playing them both. And I don't know what kind of hold you have over Karen, but now you're playing both of them. I personally think that he's giving Miss RU Show mixed signals. She's running with what everybody told her about him being almost about to knock Fatima the hell over to get down to Karen's hair mastery. But girl, he thought that you were deceased. And you know, the initial shock of hearing something about somebody that you were once in love with and that you think could potentially be carrying your baby and you think they dead. Of course you're going to run and see exactly what's going on. But Karen, you are really putting 20 on 10, girl. It's really not that serious. Like all this that you're doing, you are blowing it out of proportion, baby. The thrill is gone. Okay, it's gone. So after they get done exchanging words, Zach goes over to Karen, but Karen wants everybody else to leave. She was like, can you leave, Pam? Because, you know, she want to be with Zach by herself. Ugh. Zach, let me tell you why you just pissed me off real quick. Not you gonna have enough nerve knowing that Fatima is upset. You gonna stay? You could have took your behind with Fatima. You should have said, Karen, I'm gonna have to catch you later. We'll assess the damage a little bit later. I gotta go take care. I gotta go take care of this. And then ran off. Tyler, do you need me to help you right, honey? Do you need me to help you steer these people in the correct direction? Because you're about to mess this show up. Okay, you are about to mess this show up. The characters are gonna go left. I understand when you work with the creative side of your brain, you have so many ideas. You want to hurry up and jot them all down. No. Zach should have took his ass and got back in his Porsche or his Lamborghini or whatever it was and headed on down the I-10. Okay, he should have been right behind Fatima. Go have his nerve to stay there. Oh, boy, anyway. So Zach was like, yeah, can we go somewhere and talk? So of course, you know, she gonna say, yeah. He's like, nah, seriously, let's go somewhere and talk. She was like, well, we got to look at the damage first. He said, okay, you can't go in there. I'm gonna go in there. Did y'all see that little smirk on Karen's face? The fact that she is sitting here eating this up is giving delusional, crazy, and deranged. Crazy, deranged. Y'all remember that Martin special that aired on HBO back in the 90s? That's exactly what it's giving. It's giving don't make no damn sense. And Zach, you should have took your behind on down there with Fatima. I can't believe you even stayed here. And Karen, you got your damn nerves. You okay with Zach telling you to stand on the sidewalk. But when Aaron said the exact same thing, you were ready to put a hazmat suit on and act like he wasn't talking and run right up into the flames like you did before when everybody thought you was dead. I'm not getting it. I'm just really not getting it. Moving forward. In the next scene over with Sabrina and Maurice, they are still at the lawyer's office. And Maurice is like, oh, I know what this is. So just go ahead and blame me. I mean, it's all my fault. Actually, it is. For bringing home strays. This is all your fault, Maurice. It really is. And now you don't have a serious bone in your body when Sabrina's life is hanging in the balance. This is not funny. It's not a kiki. It's not a time to be cute. It's none of that. You have really got this girl wrapped up in some mess. So Maurice is being his extra self talking about, yeah, I'm going to get somebody to gut him like a fish. Child, you ain't gonna do Moving forward. So Sabrina is pissed and she's like, when you take some responsibility, then maybe we can figure this out. Sabrina, I know you are the sweet character of the bunch, honey, but I would fend for myself. I wouldn't even worry about Maurice. If he want to play these games and act like nothing is happening, then let him act like nothing is happening. And Maurice, it's really a slap in the face to Sabrina, the fact that she humbled herself and begged this man for money to get you out. And here you are still calling her bees, still talking about she tacky, still acting up in the presence of others. You really need some help, honey. Your character needs some character development. It's giving weird. In the next scene, Danny's at that airport and Q is over here in this wheelchair. Of course, they're having a back and forth and back. So she's telling him to go to hell, basically. When I tell y'all, I would have pushed that wheelchair right on that tarmac. Baby, when I tell y'all to push you right in front of that plane. But this is what I want to know, y'all. Why in the hell is Q in a wheelchair? Sir, you got shot in your shoulder blade. Okay? Your shoulder ain't got nothing to do with your legs. And how are you going to work and clean a plane if you can't move your shoulders? If you can't bankhead bounce, okay? Okay? Let me see them shoulders bouncing, honey. If you can't bounce them shoulders, then you can't work. Okay? And if you don't work, then you don't eat. Y'all know I'm silly. But what the hell you doing in that wheelchair? Boy, goodbye. So Sabrina is all shook up, honey. She on her way home. So she calls Danny. Hello? Girl, the lawyer told me that I could potentially get 15 years because Q is the witness. So Danny is telling her that Q is back at work like nothing ever happened. So Sabrina is like, what? Why would he? How does he work? Like what? She's confused. So she wants to come up there and tell him how he ruined her life. Girl, I hope when you get face to face, you have a tape recorder, unlike Maurice. Is Georgia a one-party consent state? Because, baby, we need to get him, you know, but clearly it is because they use that to get Sabrina and Maurice caught up. So maybe it is. Honey, I didn't have time to hop on the Googler, but make sure you have something that is recording him since you must come face to face with him. And truth be told, honey, he don't give a damn. So Danny is telling her, girl, I can get you back there, but don't come up here doing nothing stupid. Like get your hopes up. That damn Danny. Oh, honey, poor Sabrina. Let me tell y'all something. Once I got out of this, I would never deal with Maurice again. Because you told him to leave Q alone. You told him. You said, Maurice, leave Q alone. Don't talk to him. Don't have him around your place. Don't have him around this bank. Leave him alone. And what did you do? The exact opposite. Now y'all in hot water. Moving forward. In the next scene, Fatima is back at the office and she runs into Hayden's new wife. So Fatima is like, Tamira, what are you doing here? She's like, girl, I married him. So Fatima is like, say what now? Girl, you don't even know him. She said, girl, I did not tell you to do all that. I didn't tell you to go. She said, you know what? I'm going through too much right now. Okay. Tamira was talking all that mumbo jumbo. And Fatima is like, girl, you know what? I'm having my own man problems. So you go on, honey. You got this. You go ahead and do whatever it is that you're doing with him because y'all doing too much. And I ain't tell you to do all that. I ain't got no time. So she goes into her office. So Andy comes in the office and Fatima tells her that she saw Zach and Karen kissing. Now, Fatima, They weren't kissing. This heifer just kissed him on the cheek. Okay, both of them are responsible for the ignorance that is this whole mess. Because Karen is taking advantage of the fact that he thought that her wig was ashes to ashes and dust to damn dust. And he is taking the advantage of the fact that he knows that you're understanding of him and you have his back. Get zero understanding real quick. Okay? Zero. Because, baby, it will be on if it were me. So Andy is like, well, no, I mean, we don't know. Are you sure? Like, I don't know. Andy, I don't know why you don't see that your friend is out to get Fatima and out to get her man back. But then again, honey, you don't halfway be knowing what's be going on, child. Because Gary crushed your ribs and shot his ex-wife came in there with rubber bullets. Honey, it's just so much going on. So anywho, Andy is like, well, wait, why don't you just talk to him and let him know exactly how you're feeling and let him explain. She's like, listen, I got your back, but we have a meeting. Are you ready? Listen to me, Andrea. Fatima is going through hell, and now all of a sudden you want to start working? We don't have time to take meetings when Fatima is upset. Girl. Anywho, talking about I got your back to the end. Now, Andy, when Karen gets in your face and starts asking where your loyalty lies, just tell her it lies with Fatima. Just say that you really want Fatima and Zach to work because you know that Zach is no good for Karen. And since Karen won't listen, then you have to tell it to Fatima. But truth be told, you're really more cool with Fatima. Let's just keep it real. I can't stand to be going through something while I'm at work. That's why I don't like for people to call me with bad news before I go to sleep. Don't call me with bad news before I start my work day. Don't call me with bad news before I'm getting ready to eat. Don't call me with bad news before I'm getting ready to go to bed. Just don't call me. If you got something bad going on, just don't call me. Because it ain't no telling if I'm going to be able to work with it, honey. Just please don't call me. Moving forward. In the next scene, old Rockhead Gary calls Hayden to tell him that he can't find nothing on Tamara. So she comes in the office talking about, hi, husband. So Hayden acting all funny style, talking about, don't you think we're moving too fast? You should have thought about that before you were down to the little wedding chapel in Vegas. Okay? All dressed up with an Elvis impersonator marrying you. Now, you're all shook up. You should have thought about that then. You should have thought about that then. I don't want to hear it. Talking about we moving too fast. So she said, well, we just got to get used to each other. Like, I need to meet your parents. So she's talking about meeting the parents. Meanwhile, he's scared to death. She's like, well, let me come under the desk and show you why you married me. Child, this is a fool. I wouldn't put my mouth on his little wiener schnitzel. Child, I wish I would. Ugh. Okay? I would be putting my mouth on a little dumbbell. Y'all know them little candies, them little 10-cent candies, them dumbbells. Child, I wish I would put my mouth on that little dumbbell. She's so oblivious, child. So she get down on her knees under the desk. And this man is regretting his whole life. Now, he did let her go through with it because a man gonna man no matter what. But he is regretting all of this. He should be happy anybody want to do anything with him. I can't believe Fatima actually let him bed her. Child, she must have been at a low point. You done went from old dusty, crusty Hayden and his little wiener schnitzel over here to big, fine Zach. And he acting a fool. Child, this is a mess. In the next scene, Maurice and Calvin are back at the house. They back at the apartment, honey. They ain't talking about nothing. He's being a big old baby. You are blaming your life's woes on everybody but yourself, Maurice. I don't feel bad for you at all. Now, I do feel bad for Sabrina, but I don't feel bad for Maurice because you knew exactly what you were doing. So Calvin's going to tell Maurice, well, I got my real estate license, so maybe I can, help you and you can get your license. Now, Calvin, you mean to tell me that the whole time you've been having a real estate license and you've been laying head to foot with Maurice? Oh, child, this don't make no sense. This don't make no sense at all. And didn't your daddy leave you a house? It's just so much going on. I had no idea that you did real estate. Where'd that come from? Oh, Lord, Tyler strikes again. Anywho, Maurice is like, well, you know what? I'm going to have my cousin get rid of Q. And Calvin don't want to have nothing to do with that. He's like, listen, I'm not even about to listen to this. I'm not about to be an accessory to. I'm about to go have a seat. So Maurice goes, yeah, I'm going to get one of my friends to get Q. So Calvin is trying to convince him to leave it alone. You know what? Just let him do what he going to do. If Maurice want to dig a bigger hole for himself, let him dig the biggest grave he can and fall the hell in it. And I'm very upset because Maurice is one of my favorite characters. Well, he was. But now he is just really starting to get on my nerves because this is serious right now. So over on the other side, Sabrina done made it down to the airport and she's looking for Q. You know what that reminds me of, y'all? It reminds me of when Karen showed up and threw Zach's grandfather's ashes out. You know what? I'm getting even more pissed that this idiot is down there with Karen in her wig. This is making me even more. Zach, did you forget that she thought that you stole $5,000 from her credit card, took your grandpappy's ashes and left them at the front gate? Okay? Wasn't no carry-on, wasn't no check bag, nothing. Left them at the terminal. Okay? Did you forget that? She thinks you're a thief after you took a bullet for her. Did you forget that? Now, don't get me wrong. Zach was a scumbag, okay? And Karen was really going through it with Zach. Zach was doing everything that he could with anybody that he could. I'm not going to forget that. I remember both sides. But now you're in a relationship with somebody that you claim to love, so why don't you act like it? That's all I'm saying. Moving forward. In the next scene, Gary shows up to Hayden's office and he was getting some head, getting some head, okay? So he over there doing what he doing and she doing what she doing underneath the desk. But Gary trying to give him this tea on old girl, but Hayden don't want him to say it because old girl is underneath the desk. So Gary is like, well, I have something. So he starts walking around the desk, sees the woman, and for me, he still stayed 2 minutes too long. I said, do you want to pull up a chair? It's giving voyeurism. Like, what are you doing? The way I would have ran the hell out of there, I would have had skates on my feet. Do you hear me? I would have bounced myself so good up out of that office. Not Gary gonna look back 2 and 3 and 4 times. I said, ugh, not you got a little kink in you. Over on the other side, Danny rolls up on Q. They still at the airport and she's harassing him as she should, but he's acting like, everything hurts but his shoulder because he forgot he got shot in the shoulder. Tyler, he got shot in the shoulder, not his legs. Okay. So here comes Sabrina, to waste her breath. So she starts speaking her speech, but girl, it's falling on deaf ears. Okay. A low life like Q don't care about nothing and nobody. So Sabrina is telling him that Maurice really did care about him. And Q was like, no, he just wanted to F me. He just wanted to use me for my body. The way in which Danny looked away, because she's been there too, was a fool. I said, oh, Danny, not you was with Q as well, honey. Not you and Maurice sharing. Okay. So Sabrina's like, well, I mean, you know that we didn't rob that place. You know that. He's like, I don't know nothing. Maurice and I didn't do a thing. Child, Q is not falling for this at all. Y'all make it too obvious. First of all, you got to play semantics with a street dude. You can't just come off the rip and let it be known that you're trying to catch him up. You got to make it seem like you're none the wiser. So you're just talking and then he accidentally admits that you didn't have anything to do with it. So she's still trying to plead with him, but he don't care as long as he's free. I do think that she got to him though, a little bit. Now, I don't know if it's enough for her to get back to the empty bank and trust, but I do feel like she got to him a little bit because he had a few tears streaming down his face. So she did tell him that she forgave him and that he didn't deserve to be hurt, and neither does she. Oh, Sabrina is so pure. That's why she wearing white. She is so pure. Look, I just don't have it in me because the way that I would have ended up on the no-fly list, I would have cussed Q out from terminal A to terminal Z. Honey, I don't even know if it's a damn terminal Z. He would have been permanently done when I got done with him. There is no way that I would have been, I forgive you. And see, I'm working on it. I really am. But I just wouldn't be able to do it. I just really would not. So they walk away. And Danny is telling Sabrina, listen, no matter what you're going through, we're going to figure it out. Because Q does not want to be reached. So don't worry about it. You're not going to jail. We're going to work things out. Yeah, just call Andrea. You know how y'all like to do. Moving forward. Aaron is at the coffee shop and he calls his little friend, right? So little does he know that Pam is ear hustling. So she goes over there to tell him that she heard everything. So Aaron is like, I'm fed up with Karen. I mean, I want to know what type of hold does Zach have on her? I'm sick of this Child, not the preacher man cussing for the second time this season. Listen, Aaron, it's always that one. It's always that one that got you in a chokehold. That's what they mean by them soul ties, y'all. Them soul ties are real. See, she might have got away from him if she had not popped it for pimp by the Vidal Sassoon. If she wouldn't have did it next to the Paul Mitchell, then maybe Zach could have made a clean break. But because they got it popping there one last time and she thinks that potentially this might be her baby, his baby, when she knows that it's not, because I don't even think she's pregnant really. That is what the hold is. That's just what it is. I know. I've been there, done that, got the t-shirt, y'all. So he's mad that he has shown Karen that he loves her every which way, and she's still acting up and she's still over there with Zach. So Pam is like, you love her, but you're using this other woman. Well, I'm glad you said it. Aaron is playing with this woman's feelings. Then he wondered why she showed up at the hair mastery acting a fool. Aaron just annoys me. First of all, he don't listen. He's too clingy and he doesn't respect boundaries. Now, I'm no Karen fan. I'm not. But even when she states it plain, he still does whatever he wants to do. When she says no, then she means no. And he tries to put on this little good guy act, but he's a judgmental user too. Okay? Because why is your ex-wife unalive? Like, why? Child, I told y'all. He cannot be trusted. So after Pam got done being nosy, he was like, well, I'm going to meet her somewhere else. Here go Pam talking about, okay, I will just follow you. Listen, Pam, you should have just sat there and held a newspaper up like they do in the movies and eavesdropped so we could have seen them together. But the way Pam and Aaron going, honey, I wouldn't be shocked if he shot his shot at Pam to get back at Karen, honey, and they ain't fooling me. Because that conversation that they had when he called to apologize, first of all, how you get Pam's number? Okay, and you have called her quite frequently. And I've been seeing that the two of you are in scenes together. And she was talking about you ain't slept with her and being fine and this and that. I don't trust it. In the next scene, Andy and Fatima are at the office taking this meeting, right? So the client shows up and she's like, look, if y'all are not married, don't do it. She said the ones that work are the ones that either grow together or the ones that say F it and they just stay together just to stay together. So Andy's like, well, I hope mine will, it'll grow. So the lady is telling them, about 40 or 50, that men are who they are. Like, you can change them at their age. And Fatima is like, well, who want to change a man? What did K. Michelle say? You can't raise a man. He's already grown. What you gonna do? Honey, he's already grown. You wonder why he act like a boy. It's because he wasn't raised right before you. You're not going to be able to raise him. Let me tell y'all something. I could do a whole video about how I tried to raise that ex. It ain't going to happen, Captain. No matter how many tears you cry, no matter how many subliminals you send, no matter how many conversations you have, if they going to be the way they going to be, that's how they going to be. It's no way to change them. So the lady was just telling them, well, you can change a man without him even knowing it. So she said that she changed her ex, but then this is where she lost me. When she said he was married when they got together and he said he was getting a divorce, then they kept going back and forth and forth and back. Then he kept going back and forth and back with his ex. And then she ended up catching a case. I said, what? He said she said she caught them together so many times that she was just like, listen, you do you and I'm going to do me. And people were none the wiser. They didn't realize that that's what they had going on. So for years they did that. And nobody knew. And then one day he came home with a 21-year-old and said that he was getting married to her. So at 60 years old, she wants out of the marriage. Child, not her being a little bit of Andy and a little bit of Fatima. She told them to keep a boyfriend number 2. Because the first one, he don't really seem like he know what to do. Boyfriend number 2. Honey, she said have a plan B and not the one you get at the pharmacy, honey, after a long night. She means keep you a man on the side. Okay? Because these men, sometimes they can't be trusted. That's exactly what she's telling them. I'm like, say what now? Not a man on the side, child. I don't know where the advice was going. It was going all over the place. But when she got up and left, baby, that lady had scared Fatima straight. So Fatima starts crying. I'm like, not Fatima crying. We ride at dawn. Okay, we ride at dawn. Because Zach, Karen, not y'all making Fatima cry. Zach, Fatima was there for you when nobody else was. When you were sleeping in your airport uniform in the car. When Hayden was setting you up to lose the one thing that was finally getting you on your feet. Fatima had him hemmed up in the parking garage behind you. And this what you do? Yeah, we riding it done. We riding it done. She's like, I don't know what I'm doing. Like, what are we doing? All I'm trying to do is love him. Oh, girl, I done been there. When I tell you I done been there, she said she don't want to end up like that lady, and I don't blame you. You don't want to look up years down the line, and you done wasted all your fine, good years circling the block with Karen and Zach. Absolutely not. Zach is doing too much right now. But Fatima, you have to talk to him to know what's going on. You really do. You have to have a conversation with him. So she feels like she can't go on, knowing that Zach is in love with Karen. Now, this is my opinion. Now, it might not be popular, but I don't think that he's in love with Karen. But I think because of his history with her, he does have love for Karen. But I don't think that he's in love with Karen. I just don't. And that was the end of the episode. And baby, next week, Fatima gonna roll up on Karen as she should, and it's finna go down, honey. It's finna go down. But Tyler, you know what I've noticed? I've noticed that your previews, it's like a clickbait. Okay, a YouTube video, if you would. That's like me putting on my thumbnail, Fatima attacks Karen. Everybody's gonna click on it because they think that Fatima is about to attack Karen. Y'all don't know that I mean verbally in the last damn 2 minutes of the video. Tyler, stop doing that. We watch these clips. We watch these previews. We get excited. We get over there. We get nothing. Share your comment down below and tell me exactly what you thought about this episode. I thought this episode was good. It had a lot of moving parts. Sabrina, don't waste your breath on cue. Maurice, get yourself together. Please do. And Karen, not you saying in the previews that you left the door open so Zach could come over for sex. Girl, have some self-respect. Have some dignity. Ew. Anywho, please don't hesitate to like, comment, and subscribe to the channel. And as always, stay safe, stay blessed, spread love, not germs. Peace.